Hi everyone, I'm your girl Melly. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm opening up my new mics. I am very excited about these because even though I got my Rode mic, I feel like this is a different use, a different scenario. Like this one is a little bit more discreet. So when I'm, doing vlogs at the store or something like that, like I'll be able to clip it on and hopefully get better audio than I have in the past. I mean, not hopefully, I know that I will, because that's one of the things that lacks in my videos, is the sound, because usually I'm just using the sound on my camera or the microphone on my camera and it does pretty good, but of course, you're still gonna get like the background noise. If I'm filming in my car, you're gonna get like just that noise, and so I want it to be a little bit more crisp, a little bit cleaner. Obviously there's gonna be scenarios where I want to film and I just don't have this, so I do need to learn how to edit my audio a little bit better. Like I do know some of it, but it's a little bit like tedious right now because I'm not very skilled in editing audio. But I am putting that on my list of to do or things to learn, because I think it will be really helpful. I feel like the DJI mics have grown in popularity over the last couple of years. I have a action camera, the DJI Osmo action camera, that is similar to like the GoPro, if you don't know, and it works really, really well. Like I got an older version and just the quality of it was matching like the newer GoPros. So if you don't have an action camera but are looking for one, I would recommend looking at that one, the DJI Osmo. Back to the microphones. We are going to open them up. Maybe. Okay. It's like just a little thin plastic. I just couldn't grab it. All right, so on the back, can you see it? Yep, we have all the features. Of course, you can't really read it. So I'm going to read it to you. So it says it's an all-in-one, ready to use. Okay, high quality audio recording, 18-hour battery, which is pretty good. Intelligent noise canceling, crystal clear vocals, 14-hour internal recording, and 32-bit float internal recording, which is pretty awesome because then you don't have to worry about, getting an SD card, or you can, but you also have the backup in case it, gets full. And then 250-meter range. Ooh, that's pretty far. We're going to have to test that out. And what comes in here? The receiver, transmitter. It says shadow black. They must be different colors. Charging case, carrying bag, clip magnet ×2, mobile phone adapter, two mobile phone adapters, one's USB-C and one's Lightning, windscreen, camera audio cable, USB-C charging cable, and the documents. It comes in a nice little case, which is good because I've gotten things that don't come in a case, like my Rode mic, it didn't come in a case. So then you just have like the cables and everything like separate, which is not convenient, especially when you're putting it in a bag. So I'm gonna have to buy something for it. Right inside, we have our cables, the windscreen. Oh, they're teeny tiny. And we have two of those, right? Because we have two mics. I think that's it. I like that this case is like has little organization compartments because it will make it easier to keep it nice and neat. And then these come in their own case. I thought it was only this was the case, but it comes with a little case for the case, which is nice because again we have all those little extra things. Okay, it says press to unlock. Ooh, all right. And it looks like it tells us the amount charged on the front. Here are our mics. They're really cute. These are the ones that you'll see like on TikTok and stuff, people wearing them with like this translucent. Can you see in there? Yeah. It's like a translucent cover. So we have our jack, our USB-C charging port. We have our link button, our on and off button, and this red button. Oh, it's obviously the record button, I'm guessing. So we're going to turn it on. Okay, so when I took it out of the case, it was already on because you saw that it was flashing, and I just turned it off. So that's just good to know, so you don't just take it out and just leave it somewhere and then drain all your battery. I mean, it does say 18 hours, so you have a long time to notice. Okay, and then we have our receiver. So these are our transmitters. Yeah, no. I should know this. I do know this. I'm on the You're putting me on the spot. So our transmitters, yeah, I was right. Our transmitters are our little things, our actual microphones. And then, ooh, it's kind of heavy. And then this is our receiver. It has a screen. So I wonder if is it touch? Oh, it is touch. It's fancy. Okay, so I'm going to say English. And then the date today is 3/5. Ooh, it's like backwards. What's the time? 7:36. I guess can I show you guys what I'm doing here? Yeah. It's gonna be. Anyways, I'm setting it up. You're not going to see very clearly because it's. How do I go? Oh, I have to go this way, I think. Okay, that's okay. 7:36. Next. Oh, it's already working. Hello. Ooh, okay. We have our meter. I don't know what this is for. Is that a record button too? Oh, it's like a menu button. So you can select different things. Right, in the back we have our charging port. This is, I don't know what that is. I think that might be to charge it. That one is to be determined. Because I don't know. Alright, we have our headphone jack so you can hear yourself, and then an out port. All right, that's pretty simple. I have some, what's the brand? Some Rode mics for work, and they are a lot more technical. And I mean, it's great, but it also makes it a little bit hard to use, especially for somebody that doesn't really know, like they just need mics, but they just need something simple. And obviously these are going to be really good quality. We are going to test them and I'm going to show you. But that's something to consider. So sometimes people will be like, I just want, microphones and I want the best because I want the best quality. But you do have to remember that if you're not very tech savvy, it might be harder for you to use. So just keep that in mind. Like those Rode mics, I still have to play around with them to get the perfect settings, but they do have a lot more settings on them, and so that can make it kind of confusing. So don't make your life too hard with all this stuff. All right, so I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to put it back in the case. I'm going to put this one. I don't know if this has, oh yeah, okay, so the on and off button is on the side. So we are going to turn it off. Put it back in here. And in here we also have, let's see, oops. Oh, there we go. We also have our little adapters. So the iPhone and then the USB-C. So it looks like there's multiple ways to charge this, right? You can charge this and then put your stuff in there and it will charge it up from what it looks like, and then you can charge the individual microphone as well. And then on our screen, now that it's in here, it tells us how much charge each microphone has. I'm gonna try my mics. I have a fan in here in the bathroom that's pretty loud, so I figured that would be a good way to test it to see if it really takes out that background noise. I was in here and I unlinked one, and then I could not figure out how to link it back. So I struggled with that a little bit, but let me tell you. So when you take it out of here, it is going to have this little light right here, right? When it's green, it's going to pair with your receiver. And so if I take up the receiver and I turn it on, sometimes it's already on. Okay, so see, you can see that this is already connected, but I pressed this button, or one of the buttons, I think the red button, and then it changed it, and like I could not pair back, and it turns out it actually has a Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth this to your phone or your camera, which is pretty cool. It also comes with this adapter, right, that I showed you all earlier. So I'm gonna try putting this into my phone and hope that that does what it needs to do. I also left this second mic on a Bluetooth mode, so I'm gonna try that as well. So we're gonna turn on the fan, and I'm gonna say a sentence, and then I'll say the same sentence with the mics on. I went to the store yesterday and I bought myself a soda. Okay, now we're gonna connect this. The fan is still going, but we have our mic in and you can't really hear the background noise. So that is amazing. It took me, let me turn it off because we don't really need to, oh, not that. It took me a while to figure it out. So it comes with a little adapter that goes into your phone. So for some reason, I'm like, oh, I just put that into my phone, which was kind of weird. I'm like, to have the receiver separate, but I'm like, that's just what made sense in my mind. But then it has like a little like magnetic metal circles in the back that match what's on the receiver. And I'm like, oh, duh, it goes together, and that gets plugged into the phone. So now it's working, and you have to make sure it's like really in its place, because if it's not, then it's still not going to make contact and it's not going to work. So I kept like putting it into my phone, and I'm like, it still doesn't work. But yeah, it just was not in its place. So let me show you how to do it. The Bluetooth one wasn't working, so I just have to figure that one out. But as far as like connecting the receiver directly to the phone, it works. I'm going to unplug it. Oops, I just locked the screen. Okay, so it is this little thing right here. You get a USB-C one and a iPhone, which I showed you guys earlier. But in the back of this, has a cover on it. So you take this off, and then you slide this in there, whichever one you need. Make sure it clicks, and then you just plug it into your phone. Sometimes it's hard with this stuff because like you don't want it to like weigh down your phone, especially if you're like trying to hold it with one hand. But I mean, this shouldn't be too heavy. So now we are going to put this back, put it into our case. This one. All right, so here's the dealio. The DJI mic does not work with Bluetooth or via Bluetooth with your phone, and that's because it doesn't register it as a microphone. If you have a specific app where you can choose like your mic, then it will function properly, but it didn't work that way. I don't necessarily need it to work that way. I just thought it would kind of be cool. Another option, you know, I can keep one on Bluetooth. I can keep one just with the receiver. And so I can, you know, pick the one that I need at the moment, but it'll be all right. Like I'll survive. But yeah, it made a huge difference, right? With the sound. And so I'm excited to use these because like I've said before, the background noise usually is what kills like my video, and I like these because you can just clip them. I don't know if I showed that to you all, but I mean it's kind of a basic, right? Out of all the mics, you just clip them and you don't need them to be super close, and they're not like super bulky either. I mean this one kind of is. There's smaller ones from them, but I mean this is fine. Just if the only thing is that if you're wearing a like thinner shirt, then it might like kind of make it droop, but you can always hold it. I see a lot of people holding it because they don't really know what to do with their hands, but I just try to clip it, you know, try to be broadcaster vibes. But yeah, so that is or those are my DJI mics. Let me know if you have questions.